I'll let you know when that's done.
That's true. But with our doctrine, it will work well. More than likely, I'll put it on my scout. My scout will use it. So whenever I'm not in small laser range, sensor lock time. Again, we'll try it out. If it doesn't work the way I want it to, then we'll change it. But all right, Javelin is the last thing. This is the 10F variant, so it's the one that has a bunch of energy weapons. Not really the best variant out of the bunch, but it's not going to be a bad backup mech, so let's go ahead and give it a look. Okay, let's start with the equipment. Just get that out of the way. Jump jets. I'm also going to probably want to upgrade one of my mechs. I think the Enforcer is going to be the one we go forward with. Put these in center torso because all our weapons have to go in side torsos for the most part. We've got 6 tons to play with, huh? No, you're fine. You're fine with your suggestions. I think 4 medium lasers is a minimum for this mech. So I think just heat sink it up at that point. Yeah. I think this is the best you can do. I mean, a little bit more armor wouldn't hurt. But this thing has how much armor? 480. Not ideal, but I honestly don't know how you make this thing be any better. Because the heat efficiency is just right. Firepower is just right. The movement is where you want it. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot you can really do with this thing. I'd probably rather have the SRM version. Oh well, it's something. Not a bad backup mech in case we need something.
Logged and noted.
Alright, so the Enforcer probably needs an upgrade. As it's more than likely going to go forward. Yeah, I guess I could have done that. We could have done small lasers instead of medium lasers. I'm fine with the way it's loaded out, though. It will work. Okay. So mostly it'd just be upgraded systems with this thing. Because I think I have an I have an upgraded AC5, so we'd wanna replace that. We don't have any upgraded medium lasers. We do have a large laser with extra accuracy, so probably a good call for that. But yeah, I have no special medium lasers. So, other than that, maybe the gyro, as long as it doesn't weigh anything, which I don't think it does, but it takes up 3 slots, so I'm gonna have to move a heatsink. Yeah, we're not likely going to use it. Ideally, I'd want to replace this Enforcer at some point, but getting it a little bit more effective while we have to keep using it, I don't think is a bad idea. It does make things more complicated when we do replace it, but it'll be fine.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Okay, so everything should be done in 26 days, so it's a little too long. I think we want to put the Enforcer above the Javelin, as the Javelin is a backup. It's not as important. All right, that'll do. That's what we're going to do. Let's jump to this star system. So 25 days, go.
Calculating course now, Commander.
Engines primed. All hands prepare for transition to thrust gravity.
Oh, reputation update. The Free Worlds League. My superiors thank you for your willingness to take on challenging tasks. You are making an invaluable contribution to the advancement of American interests in this region. Review your faction reputation status, blah, blah, blah. We already know that we're doing well with them. We can double check that though. Yeah, we're at 52. We're well above ahead with them. I'd like to ally them if I can. That's my current goal. Am I likely to face some mechs that I'd want parts for now? With the 2 Skull mission, more than likely, yeah. A little bit more likely than with the previous missions. And also, I'm coming here because I'm hoping the store is going to be good. Because we need one more part for Wolverine. Oh, okay. Rumble seat. Darro's command deck begins shaking again. I can't stand this anymore, Samaria says. This has been happening every 2.5 hours like clockwork. It makes me want to break something. Every 2.4 hours to be precise, Dr. Murad's tone is infuriatingly reasonable. And only while the Argo is under thrust. Mirai flashes you an exasperated look. Why can't we get this fixed? After 17 seconds, and the shaking stops. Right on schedule. Alright, we'll ask her to try again to fix it. We might as well. You say, would you continue to investigate the problem, Dr. Murad? As I've told you on past occasions, she begins, there is a software defect in the Habitat Pod rotation controller. Pods are folded for travel, and the controller is supposed to be dormant, but it continues to continue rotation cycles anyway. On the 512th cycle, it tries to rotate the pods despite them being folded. That's our 2.4 hours. It cannot actually perform the rotation because of mechanical safety measures that prevent that from happening. That's our shaking. Mary says, I like it better when it was a mystery. Dr. Murad shakes her head. There's nothing for me to fix. I inspect the safeties for stress and wear every time we break orbit. As absurd as this issue is, the Argo was designed to handle it. Well, you don't have a morale hit, which might have been what the other choice would have given us, so yeah. We do want to go to our ship upgrade, though. And my high priority right now is training module because we need to get our backup pilots to be better skilled. So this is going to be my priority.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
We'll move on these things after that, though. Be the medical. I tend to skimp out on the medical because it only really matters when you have a pilot injury. And you just cross your fingers and hope that never happens. Very reasonable, I'm sure. All right, continue. Unfortunately, we have a financial report. We're going to continue to pay for the morale, which is going to hurt us financially. Hopefully we get some good contracts in this next system. But again, we only need like one part to get a Wolverine. We have to get lucky on that. But I'm hoping the store gives us what we need. There are a couple other systems we've been in the past that have Wolverines, but I don't remember which ones were which.
Those upgrades you asked for are online, Commander.
Okay. Melee in the mech bay. You're speaking to Yang in the mech bay when the yelling starts across the bay. A pair of your mech warriors face off in front of a battle mech. You get there just as Polecat pulls back to throw a punch at Woodhen. Send them to settle things in the simulators. Hey, we just built this! Oh, there's a new flashpoint? I'll take a look at it, Leo. You raise your voice and both mech warriors turn to you, Polecat's fist relaxing. You mech warriors have a dispute, go settle in the battle pods. Frankly, you both need the practice. The mech warrior... I agree with that. The mech warriors wander off. You hear later from Yang that the sim battle between Polecat and Woodhen drew a huge crowd. Those warriors both treated their sim battle like real war, boss. By the end of it, I think they kind of forgot what they were fighting about. So they both get 100 experience. Good. Okay. Leo mentioned that there's a new flashpoint. Let's take a look at it. So this one was already here. It's a little beyond us at the moment, I think. What's this one? Oh, same difficulty. So the Draconis Combine against the Federated Suns, and then this one is... Looks like just a local government? Oh no, Federated Suns against pirates. Okay. It's a shorter mission, so it might actually be not too bad, but right now we're going to keep on our current like idea, which is just try and get an ally out of House Merrick. When the time limit expires, I think these things come back around, so it's not really that big of a deal if we don't get to it. Did we end up doing our upgrade? I don't think we did we? I mean, we got it, but I need to do a new one. So that gives us 1 morale. Just because that's the way we already kind of like fell into with one of our flashpoints. It gave us a whole bunch of reputation, so we're already close to doing it. We're just going to finish it off. Because I'm not sure if I have enough time to get anybody else. Garden could be a good one for us. It's kind of expensive. A lot of these things have advantages beyond. Yeah, we're kind of on a time limit because heavy metal comes out, so we can't wait for an ideal alliance. I'm gonna go with the library.
Sure thing. It'll take
It gets done fairly quickly. I am a little unhappy with how much money we're spending, but we'll be there in a few days. So this planet better turn out good from a contract standpoint, otherwise we're going to be in a bad financial spot. I can make do by selling stuff, so it's not like the end of the world. We've got some light mechs we can sell. As a matter of fact, I probably will sell them once we get into system. Especially if we find the parts we're looking for, we're definitely going to buy them, which would set us back even more financially.
Looks like we've arrived, Commander.
Visit the store. What we're here for. Ugh, okay. We didn't get what we were looking for. Shadowhawk 2H, we have... Oh, okay, so... only 1 part, though. Damn it. Well, we could get lucky. If we get another part from a mission, then we're only 1 part away from a Shadowhawk. Unfortunately, the Griffin 1N, we're nowhere near getting. And we can't get a Quick Draw or a Thunderbolt, even though I really like Thunderbolts. They're pretty damn good mechs. We're just not in a good spot for that kind of stuff. There's an AC-10 here. Only crit, though. I'm not really too interested in that. Extra damage out of a flamer might be worth picking up, especially as it's cheap. It's extra heat damage, but that's still good. I mean, that's what you look for when you get in a flamer, right? But buy that. Then we got a medium laser. Extra damage out of a medium laser, I'll take that without question. Oh, is there another special laser? Flamer, I mean? Yeah, we'll take that. Medium laser, definitely taking. Whenever there's extra damage weapons, I always take those. Probably good for now. Yeah, we're just too far away from the Griffin, though. And it's only 2 parts here. We have no parts, so that would be an expenditure that we can't really afford. Let's go to selling. Mechs. So I have a 1M, and a 1S. Those are both going to go bye-bye. Especially as they're both in storage, I believe. Pretty sure. I want to say that they're both in storage. So, yeah, we're going to sell these as they are not really good mechs, and they give us a little bit of cash. They're not going to be good for us. Locusts aren't terrible. In the early game, anyway. They've got their use case. But for us, not really going to work out. Alright, let's take a look at our mech warriors first. Depending on what the contracts look like, this might be a good time to also get experience into our pilots with some of the easier missions, but I think we're probably going to want to stick with the... Not sure what I'm saving up for with you, but I'm just going to continue saving.
Commander.
You probably could use some accuracy. Grab that. Although eventually I'd like to use your tactics up. You guys are back up, so you're just going to sit tight.
Standing by.
Don't have it. Alright. Go ahead and take a look at the contracts. Come on, give me some good merit contracts. The higher difficulty a contract is, the more reputation you'll build. Oh, there's a lot of merit contracts here. Good. Alright, so we're going to go through and evaluate which ones we want to do. This is a 1.5 skull destroy base. That one's going to be okay. 2 skull battle. Fine with that. 2.5 skull defend base. That one might be okay. Although this is, not Pirate against who? Against Merrick, so we won't do that one. That one's also against Merrick. We're gonna have to ignore those two. Destroy base, 2.5 skull. Okay. Destroy base, 2.5 skull. That's fine as well. And which one is Steiner against? Free Worlds League. So we're not going to do anything that's not a Merrick contract because we don't want to hurt our reputation. Let's start with the 1.5 skull one. And this one I might use as a training opportunity with some of my less experienced pilots. All right. So saying that, do we want to upgrade either of those two?
Commander.
You, I'm still waiting for something.
Receiving you.
And you, I'm still waiting with something. So far, it's going okay. We just recently got some mechs that are going to finally upgrade us and get us more on our doctrine. Let me take a look at it. It was assassination. That's a pretty good pay. You're talking about this one, I think. Yeah, but it's against House Merrick. But I'm probably not going to do it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll do the Merrick ones first, and then we'll see where we're at. So this is going to be a good idea, opportunity, I think, to train our less experienced pilots. We'll go with the 1.5 skull with that one, and then the higher difficulty ones we'll do our primo team. Okay, 4 rep. I'm probably going to stay 50-50 on this one. 1.5 skull, though. Is the salvage going to be all that good? Let's go with the money. We kind of need the money. This is going to be the one contract I'm okay with going a little bit more money. Alright, let's go ahead and accept that. Alright, so this is where we're going to need to change our lineup a little bit. So you're going to go bye-bye. Trebuchet, Kai, thank you. Probably the fire starter. If we use the fire starter, though, we really need our primo squad for some of these loadouts. Like, the fire starter is going to be really good if put in the hands of Stargazer, not in the hands of Pyramid, because he's not experienced enough yet. So honestly, I think we go with the Panther here. It's going to give us decent damage output, and it'd be pretty good in an urban environment with the jump jets and what have you, and pretty good armor and stuff. I think that would be all right. But this is why we need better pilots. I should actually look at the pilot hiring hall. Now that we have the beta pod, we can take on more pilots than we have. Granted, again, money is a little bit of a concern for us right now. I think this is what we're going to go with. All right, we'll find out if it's a bad idea. But I'm hoping the Trebuchet is able to do really good stuff for us. We'll see how well we loaded it out. Maybe we didn't load it out the best. So my concerns are heat and endurance. We'll have to see how it lasts as far as an endurance. That's my big concern, is its endurance. Is 2 tons of ammo going to be enough? I think it will be okay, but we'll have to see. It'll be more of a liability maybe in the late game. Maybe not in a mission like this. This is a destroy base, so we have to come to them.
Command interface initiated.
So a night mission. Yeah, your target is a nearby Capellan base. Assault the base and destroy enough of it to force Liao to abandon the location. We should expect strong opposition on this one. Be wary, Commander. Olivia, out. Alrighty, guys. We don't know where the garrison is just yet, although it looks like they're not too far away from the buildings. That's their marker there, I think. So... still got a decent distance. I'm okay with a full sprint, I think. Let's get you in behind this building.
I'm there.
Get you up here.
Affirmative.
You there.
Moving to position.
Alright. See how it works out for us. Our targets. These large buildings, once we get vision on them, should be fairly easy to hit from any real position. Okay. We're likely going to get contact with them this turn. So I'm going to have to consider my placement carefully. I think this is an alright place to go.
Enemy detected.
Let's get our trebuchet up.
10-4.
It's weird to have a trebuchet with jump jets. But it's part of our doctrine, so works for me. And sprint in there.
Move order received.
A lot of contacts here. The Locust 1S can see me. Weird it didn't react. Alright, we'll just reserve through. So it looks like a full lance of light mechs with full armor. And we've got a lot of turrets. Turrets are kind of a primary concern, although now that we see a fire starter, I'm a little concerned. A fire starter needs to die, and he needs to die like now. Alright. Pyramid.
Commander.
Probably gonna need a sensor lock from you. Yeah, jump up on this building and then sensor lock the fire starter if you would. And we'll see if we can
Roger
finish
that.
it off this turn. Might be tricky. Fire starters are pretty hardy mechs. Alright. Normally I would move through the turrets, but I'm a little concerned that they can see my enforcer.
Commander?
We'll go ahead with that.
Standing by.
If they see the enforcer has pretty good evasion, so it's not the end of the world. Well, they didn't react, so they might be lighter turrets or something. Alright. I think we go with Polecat first. But Polecat has not the best accuracy. I'm not sure what all she's going to be able to do. Also, we'd be giving this guy direct line of sight to me. So honestly, I think my character is probably the better one to start with here. Okay, we got pretty lucky. There were a lot of good hits, and we didn't manage to knock them down, so that'll give us good follow-up attacks. Alright.
Standing by.
I would like to be very aggressive here. I'm going to move the trebuchet in a little bit. I'm hoping to knock out. Trying to get the ideal range here. I'll probably do it. We'll call a shot for the other leg, hoping to just kill it right away.
This should be good.
We don't get it, we don't get it.
Commander?
Alright, there's one turret that hasn't gone. Unfortunately, it's the one that would be able to see me. We'll build up a lot of evasion, just hope we make it out okay. What kind of turret is this? We don't see it. Go for that leg. Fortunately, we didn't get where we wanted.
Solid connection, that one.
Okay, polecat. Maybe have you back up?
Ready for orders.
Granted. Would like you to come up.
You got it.
See if you can finish the job. Go for that leg.
You're fine.
Oh, we got the center torso kill, so it doesn't really matter, but
Target
it's dead.
eliminated.
That's the important thing. Okay, here comes the locust. Did nothing. This javelin has no evasion. Fortunately, I can't really take advantage of that. You have the Jenner move over this way and attack the locust. Honestly, I don't know if that's the best call. Let's let the light mechs do what they're gonna do. Focused 1B. You're gonna take a pot shot at me. Miss. I miss which version of the javelin this is. The 10F. So it's gonna fire some medium lasers at me. Gonna fire a medium laser at me. Okay, so the javelin has just made itself a target. So polecat, I want you to back off. Go after the... I mean, it's gonna be hard to hit this guy, but do what you can. Probably not a good use of our precision strike. Probably better used on the trebuchet or the enforcer.
Giving them everything I've got.
Wow, that was a lot of hits for what it was. Let's go ahead and reserve through the turrets. Try and get some of them
Standing
out.
by.
Waiting for orders.
Oh, I said I'd never use the medium lasers. I'm clearly a liar.
Coordinates received.
Just go straight center torso.
All weapons are go.
Now we could get really aggressive here and try and tackle both of these light mechs at once, but I honestly don't think that's in our best interest. Get another precision strike, why not? Center torso again.
Engaging target.
Got him. Oh! You mechs down already.
Enemy mech destroyed.
The turrets continue not to do anything, so they must be like short range.
Let's see if I can make something happen later.
So just two locusts at this point. So I'm not really feeling all that threat. I'm probably going to go after the... Oh, no, didn't go after the trebuchet. Oh, you lucky bastard.
Light damage, Commander.
Focused 1B, here you come. Again, expect us to be attacking the trebuchet. That's who I would attack in this situation, but no, of course not. Well, I guess if you wanted to get your machine guns in.
Damage minimal.
Oh, thank you for the follow. The tonk. Hopefully I said that correctly. This is, I think, screaming at me to go punch. So we'll do so. Go get him, Enforcer.
Engaging physical attack.
Owies. Small laser for the kill. Not likely going to happen, but we try. The important thing is we knocked him unsteady, so now we can finish him off fairly easy.
Yes, Commander.
Do that with Polecat. So Polecat, let's just have you round the corner a bit.
Roger that.
Fire where you can. I don't know how much we're going to get away with. Well, looks like all of it. That might be the kill right there. Oh, just the leg. Oh, but the pilot's gone.
Tango down.
So it's a kill nonetheless.
Standing by.
You're starting to run hot. You're not a good melee striker, either from a mech standpoint. Might sneeze soon. Might be able to avoid the sneeze, if I'm lucky. We'll just get into optimum range and fire what we can from a heat standpoint. Which is everything. Let's go with a precision strike, try and knock this guy out. Go straight center torso.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Looking good.
Bet that hurt.
I'm not sure if we can finish him off with our... Going for a punch. 50 damage is pretty bad against a Locust. I mean, that's pretty heavy damage. Granted, we do a hell of a lot more than that if we hit and just fire our weapons. But the chance to hit is pretty low, so... I just go in for the punch. It's more fun anyway, right?
Targeting for physical attack.
Got him.
Commander.
I hope we can salvage that.
Okay. So just the turrets left. So, standard operating procedure when dealing with
Wait for
turrets.
the right move.
You just try and cycle through them. Probably not in a good position to take them out, though, with all of my squad, because most of my guys are over here. This might be more about positioning here. And if we move here, this one can't see me, I don't think. So that one's already moved, so we can take advantage of that situation. Light shredder turret, which is probably a good reason why they're not attacking me. Because that's a close range turret.
Waiting for orders.
Move up a little bit. We'll take out the turret that we've already
I'm
damaged. Really a waste of another M20, but what the hell. We still have plenty of endurance.
Enemy eliminated.
It gives us our light mechs a little bit of cover. I think the one that hasn't gone is here, so as long as we stay out of its vision, we're fine. Alright, well, unfortunately, Polecat would be the one to take advantage of the other turrets. And it is running really hot. I'm not sure how many laser...
Enemy reinforcements.
Strong opposition,
detected.
Commander. Watch your position and don't get flanked. Oh, okay, we got another lance coming in. Ooh, they can see me. It's not good. Alright. Run off a couple of these medium lasers. Fire what we got.
Affirmative.
Thankfully, they apparently changed that mechanic where the enemy got immediately a turn when they showed up, because that was something that was oftentimes a problem with this game. Let's just make sure we finish it off by firing everything in case we get some misses.
All right.
We definitely got some misses.
Got him.
Alright. I'd like to finish that. Is it just 2 mechs? Okay, I missed what they were, but I think we gotta look at them when they first dropped. I don't know if that was intended to be seen.
Commander.
Again, Polecat's gonna have a hard time
What?
finishing that turret, but this one is a laser turret. Okay, move in and just take that out.
On my way.
I hope we have enough damage to take it out. Find out shortly. No, but we've got plenty of opportunity to take it out. These guys can be ignored for the meantime.
Orders.
I don't think my Jenner can get into a position to help me with that, though. Which is fine.
Copy that.
Go here. What do we got? Probably a shredder turret? Yeah. Get 3 medium lasers? Cool.
Copy that.
Not gonna be enough to kill it, but it's a some progress. Ooh. What do we have there? Is that a medium mech? Hard to say what it moved. No, it was a light mech. So it's a full lance of light mechs. Okay. What do we think those are? Locust 1Ms? We need to be able to strike that turret, so... I'm even gonna jump. Just get a little closer. Then we use the trebuchet with its LRM to take out the other turret. I'm gonna do a multi-target. This is probably a little cocky, but A, B. B is gonna be the medium lasers.
Engaging.
Yeah,
Multiple
that was
targets.
overkill, but just need to make sure.
I'm reading heavy damage to an enemy structure.
Alright.
Commander.
Move around this way. We'll just finish off that turret.
Rolling.
LRM 20, very likely to take it out. Alright, excellent.
Target destroyed.
Now at this point I may turn and deal with the light mechs that are coming after me. Because I don't want to heat myself up too much fighting these buildings, and they're starting to get on top of me, so...
Holding for
We'll wait for
tactical
them to come to me, though. Might be tricky to even... Yeah, so there's definitely a Locust. I'm guessing those are 2 Locust 1Ms. Get the spacebar moving here. Alright.
Right here.
Pyramid can go ahead and sensor lock somebody. We'll sensor lock the lead mech. Not sure what it's going to be.
Coordinates received.
Could be a Locust.
I've got a sensor
Locust
lock.
1M, so we knew that was a likelihood.
Waiting for orders.
Can you attack without moving? No, you can't. Let's just have you move like that. We'll go ahead with the precision strike because we are full out on morale. Open up on this guy. Do full damage. Wow!
Hope we can salvage
Hey,
that.
Lord Metalman. Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. I love helping people out with this game when I can.
Commander.
We're running pretty hot, so this is kind of an aggressive move. Start off with my pilot here. We jump there, we can see those 2. Just go with the normal walk. Oh, a javelin, okay. Go with the precision strike here. Oh, the building didn't last long. Got past to liberate the prison, and then the game difficulty just scales like mad. Got any tips?
Yes, Commander.
That's in the main campaign. It's been a while since I played the main campaign. What style of like, because a lot of the game, it comes down to tactics, which depends a lot on what your loadout is, how you've designed your pilots, things like that. So there's different doctrines for different ideas. A real basic one that's fairly easy to execute would be probably 2 frontline mechs. And what I mean by frontline mech, you're going to use like a heavy, usually about as heavy of a mech as you can, armor it very well. Usually you're going to want to have pilots that have the bulwark skill. Make sure you're in cover as much as you possibly can be. It depends on the map. Some maps are easier to do that than others. So that's kind of like a tactics thing. It may or may not be easy for you to pull off. But just a lot of it is just pairing your pilots with the kind of mechs you have. Like, for example, the style I'm playing with now, probably a little bit more advanced play style. But what I'm doing is kind of mobility style play. So my pilots have... They've gone down the piloting branch to get ace pilot. That's very key for this style. What that allows me to do is it allows me to attack then move, which is a real big advantage because you can control sight lines. For me, I really like making it so my enemy can't really do a whole lot. Here, I'll kind of demonstrate how that whole idea works here in a second. I don't have my A team in this fight, so I can't show you a full strategy, but we'll kind of demonstrate it here a little bit. All right, so you got precision struck.
Waiting for orders.
But like oftentimes it's about like taking advantage of like the way the initiative system works against the AI and stuff like that. You can do a lot with that.
No problem.
Knowing which mechs are good ones to prioritize also helps, like focusing your damage on a singular mech. So like right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go after this commando because it's already moved. So it's not going to move again. So when I use a sensor lock on it, that's going to burn away its evasion. And it's not going to get that evasion back this turn. So by doing that, I make it a lot easier to hit. Now, why am I focusing on that mech? It's easy to kill, it doesn't have a lot of armor, but it does a lot of damage from a firepower standpoint. So in those two regards, it's a mech that is worth engaging early. Oh, actually, it's the 1B variant, so it's not as bad as the 2D variant, but still, it's an easy mech to take out. It has no damage reduction, whereas the Javelin would have. The Javelin also has not gone yet, so it will get an opportunity to build up evasion and become a harder target to hit as it goes. So I'm kind of taking advantage of the turn order, where things are going initiative-wise, and you can change that. Sensor Lock is an ability. It's in the tactics field. I'll show you like kind of like things I recommend pilot-wise, but getting your pilots to be
Commander?
where you need them to be to get you, because the pilots are just as important as the mechs from a standpoint of being as effective as you can be.
Good to go.
All right, we're going to use precision strike here so that we get as much accuracy as we can. And one thing I always recommend is when you can attack from a side, do so, and then keep hitting that same side because of the way that the damage transfer works. I went after the torso section because it's going to blow the arm away. Yes, they are. And that's like one of the things I'm going to try and like go over a little bit. So by continuing to focus on this same side, we'll do some good things. Fortunately, we're getting hit a little bit here.
Warning. Armor low.
All right. So one ability I have that I could take advantage of, although it's not really going to be ideal for me right now, is if I attack now, I have what's called Ace Pilot, and then it would allow me to move later. So I could break line of sight or what have you as needed. Right now, not really the best circumstance for that, because I want to keep piling on this Commando 1B and try and finish it. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to get nice and close to this Locust. And you'll see why I'm going to do that here in a second. I'm going to use multi-target, another ability I very highly recommend. This is on down the gunnery skill tree. We're going to make the Commando our primary target. We're going to make the Locust our secondary target. And all we're going to do with the Locust is fire a small laser. Small lasers don't care about evasion. Normally, this Locust would be very hard for us to hit, but we actually have an 80% chance to hit that with that weapon against the Locust. And by firing that one small laser, I'm burning away one evasion, so it's a pretty good idea to do. It's not going to do a ton of damage, but it will help us. So let's go ahead and fire.
Engaging.
Unfortunately, we're missing there. But because I focused on that same side, we're going to do increasing amounts of damage. I'm probably not going to be able to follow that up too much with my other pilots, but
Commander?
maybe we will. Yeah, we will. I'm going to move the Trebuchet in here. Probably use Precision Strike, because why not? We've got a lot of morale, so we can kind of do that. And we're going to go... so the torso section's gone now. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to use the Precision Strike. We're just going to let the missiles fall where they will.
Engaging target.
So now the damage can only transfer two places. It can either go into that leg or it can go into the center torso. And we got the kill because
Mech
it went into the center
destroyed.
torso. So exactly what we're looking at. Yes, exactly. The more you move...
Enemy in
Oh,
rear
that
arc.
hurts. Oh, screw you, game.
Damage critical.
Oh, that sucks. We just lost our gyro.
Yeah.
Well,
What
it
can I do you
happens.
for?
Yeah, so the more you move, the more evasion you get, and the harder. I'll show you how that kind of plays out here. So you see that guy, how he jumped up like that? If I go to target him right now, and you can always check this before you actually do your move. You move to you pick where you're going to move before you click again to confirm it by picking your arc. If you hover over an enemy that's a target, and thank you for the follow, you will get to see what your chance to hit is. So as you can see, my chance to hit is really bad. I am probably not going to attack this guy unless I do a precision strike. I think in this case, what we're going to do...
Yes, Commander.
That evasion is so high, though. Yeah, let's just go with the sensor lock. Sensor lock is going to burn 2 evasion away. So I'm going to do that. Normally firing weapons would burn 1 away. I'm kind of considering... You know what? I've got a lot of morale. Screw that. So we're just going to go full bore on this guy.
On the move.
But I'm going to demonstrate kind of a little bit. So if I were to attack this guy now without using precision strike, what it would do, if we look here, whenever you hover over, it'll tell you why your probabilities are the things that they are. So you've got target size, so the smaller a mech is, the harder it is to hit. But we also have target move. Because this guy has so many evasion charges, he has 5, it's 2 per charge, so it's going to be a plus 10 to my chance to hit. Pluses are bad, minuses are good. So because this laser is in the arm, it gets a little better accuracy. Because the weapon is inherently accurate, because it's a laser, it gets a little bit better accuracy. And also I'm inspired because good things have happened. So those are the reasons why the hit probability is what it is. By using a precision strike, I'm going to make my chances to hit a little tad bit better. We're going to go after the left torso because it's already damaged, and by getting rid of that, we get rid of one of the SRM-6s. One thing you should always check when you're going to shoot at somebody is where are the different weapon systems, and target those systems and try and take them out. And if you take out the left torso, you take the adjoining arm with it, so torso sections are always a good thing to go after, the side torso sections, because you take out the adjoining arm as well. Now with this mech, there's nothing in that arm, so it's not really that big of a deal. But in other mechs that have arm-mounted things, it can be a good way to go.
Locking on.
Unfortunately, we got pretty unlucky with our hit chances, but it's all right. We burned through that evasion. Focused 1M. They're really picking on my enforcer. Okay. Oh, how you split shot all of them, huh? Blowing the building out from under him will just knock him down, which is what it is. It doesn't, as far as I know, unless they've changed it, it doesn't do any extra damage or anything. Yeah, the tutorial for this game is really not good. Locust is easier to hit, but it's not really as big of a threat. So this guy's the bigger threat, so we're going to go after him. Especially as he did a lot of damage to my torso. We're just going to keep going after that left torso.
Firing full complement.
Now we have it. Okay, so you've got 3 weapon groups. Technically, there's a 4th one with support weapons, but the important thing with support weapons is just they're very short range. They don't care about evasion charges, which is one of the reasons why they're very good, but because of their incredibly short range, they can be very difficult to use.
Standing by.
One advantage of a support weapon, though, is they do work in melee combat. You'll see that in a second, because I am going to do a melee attack. Let's stay on that same side so we can continue to concentrate our fire. Unfortunately, my chance to hit is not still great because of the evasion charges, but this pilot has got pretty good accuracy, so I'm hoping we more than enough killed the guy. We blew up the building, too. What the hell?
Enemy eliminated.
Oh, there is fall damage. Okay, so they added that. Because when Urban Warfare first came out, they didn't have that. So when I do a melee attack, what's being consulted is your piloting skill. So the better your piloting skill, the more accurate your attack is going to be. So we've got a 95% chance to hit him. And if we hit him, right next to that, you'll see that I'll do 65 damage in melee. Then I also get to fire whatever support weapons I have. I have a small laser, which counts as a support weapon. So that will also be fired in the attack. I'm going to do something called a death from above attack. This is where you do... Oh, that wouldn't probably hit. Never mind, I won't be doing that. I don't know if I'm going to do the melee attack, because reason why I'm not going to do it is because this guy will be able to go right after me, because the way the turns work is you always go, you go, then they go. And because the Locust has a 4 initiative, it will go at the same time as my other light mechs. And because I have just gone, it will go before I go. So we'll be able probably to flank. Yeah, DFA means death from above. It's a special attack. It will do damage to your legs. So it's a high-risk maneuver. And it will do that damage to your legs whether you land with the attack or not. But if you do land, it does double damage. So it's very devastating, especially if a mech has a penchant for melee damage as well. It would, Leo, because it knocked them down. I'm tempted to go for that leg. Let's go for the leg.
Engaging target.
I went for the leg because it would knock him down, but we also just did so much damage we killed him, so it didn't matter.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Alright, we still have our objective to do. Unfortunately, our Enforcer took a lot of damage, and we lost a special system that I'm not too happy we lost, but it is what it is. It happens.
Consider it done.
Okay. Let's go after a fresh building.
I'm gonna make some trash.
Good shot, Commander. Enemy structure
But I'll
down.
go over like the pilot builds and stuff as soon as we get out of this combat, so you can get an idea of like what works.
Commander.
It really just depends on what you want to do. I have a particular play style that I call like the light cavalry play style, or whatever you want to call it. It works really well for me, but I think it's a more advanced tactic. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I got on a tangent and I forgot about your question. All right, so we talked about support weapons, and that's going to include small lasers, machine guns, and flamers. Then you have energy weapons, missile weapons, and ballistics. Energy weapons is going to be your best weapon from an efficiency standpoint, damage per ton. So it's always going to give you, except for PPCs, that's kind of an exception, but medium lasers in particular. Medium lasers are kind of your bread and butter when it comes to your energy weapons. They only weigh 1 ton, but they give you quite a bit of damage output for that 1 ton at pretty good ranges. The downside of energy weapons is that they're very heat intensive, so they're going to build up a lot of heat, which you do have to watch. Overheating is generally pretty bad. You'll take internal structure damage, but you also have a risk, and this is sometimes something that a lot of people don't understand, you also have a risk of getting ammo explosions. So if you use either missiles or ballistic weapons, there's a chance that you'll take some of that damage, or one of those two things will blow up on you. And if that happens, it's pretty devastating damage. But we're kind of getting sidetracked here. So usually with energy weapons, small lasers really are an energy weapon, but they're part of the support class. So they don't kind of count in this category, but they do function similarly. But usually the bigger it is, the better the range is. So medium is going to have, well, kind of like medium to close range. Large is going to be a little bit longer, and PPC is the absolute longest range. Problem with PPCs is they build up an absolute ton of heat, but they have a bunch of other special effects that might make them kind of cool. They will impair the sensors of your enemy, making it harder for them to hit you. So from that standpoint, they can be pretty interesting, but I find them hard to use, and I would recommend staying away from them unless you have really no other choice.
Yeah?
I would say large laser or medium laser is kind of more something you should stay with.
Position confirmed.
Missile weapons are your next one that are fairly efficient for what their weight is. In my opinion, SRMs are one of your best weapons, but again, they're closer range. They're going to be on the same range bracket as medium lasers, so
I got him.
you have to get in close to use them. So you have to build your mechs accordingly. Oh, thank you for the raid. I was a little late on the notification there, but yo. Prop shop inbound.
Standing by.
So, yeah, so you have two different missile systems. You have short-range missiles, which I think are very good from an efficiency standpoint for the damage, the weight, and all that. Let's just turn the LRM-20 off.
Acknowledge.
It's time to bug out.
And hello, aka
DLC
Kobo.
for extraction.
We should need to extract because we did all of the other objectives, so we're done there.
Mission successful.
And then finally you have ballistic weapons. Now, ballistic weapons are tough because they're the least efficient weapon from a tonnage standpoint. AC2s and 5s is where you're at the worst with that, because the damage output versus the tonnage is kind of challenging. The thing with the autocannons, the ACs, is the smaller the number, so AC2, the smaller the damage is going to be, but the longer the range. So it's kind of the reverse of the way the laser systems work. With a large laser, you're doing more damage at greater ranges than a medium laser. But of course, you have the consequences of more heat and more tonnage. And we took quite a bit of damage there. All right, what do we want to grab? Wouldn't mind another fire starter if we can get it, but let's see if we get any special weapon system or anything. Oh, it doesn't look like it. We'll just grab another fire starter part. I'm not going to show this stuff to you guys here in a second, because I think it's probably important if you see it yourself, and we can kind of talk about where we're at. Yes, exactly. Kobo brings it up, and that's a very good point. There's a number of weapons that have minimum ranges. Okay, so white health bar is your armor. Orange or orange health bar is going to be your internal structure. So armor you can lose without really any penalty. It repairs for free when you're done with the mission. So that's more or less like a free hit on your mech. The internal structure is going to be something you need to have repaired. So when we come in here, the Enforcer took internal structure damage, so as a result, I'm going to have to repair it. But unfortunately, because one of my systems got destroyed, which I'm actually very unhappy about, a repair isn't good enough. I have to do a refit because I have to yank out the destroyed system. So that needs to go bye-bye. And then you have to do the actual repairs, which are these buttons. Probably going to pull this heatsink back over. No, it's fine where it is. It'd take time to repair it. So we're just going to repair. And you'll see the time and the cost down here. So it's only going to be 1 day to repair it, which is not too bad. Then you get a little bit of money. So generally not too bad. That damage wasn't severe. When you start losing arms and stuff is where the repairs are going to be way more expensive. Yeah, we went with this color scheme. I'm pretty happy with it. I usually go with like a yellow and black,
I'll get it in the schedule.
but I like the logo because I think it encompassed like this light cavalry style that we're going with, and it kind of matched with what we have, and it turned out really nice. I really do like it.